Taurus babies, what's happening? This is EJ from Taurota Tarot. I hope everybody is having a good weekend. I think this is the second full weekend in the month of January. Taurus, this is going to be your weekly update. Rolling Monday through the following Tuesday. So tomorrow's the 13th. Damn it, the following Tuesday is the 21st. That means the end of the month is fast approaching. Who knew? At any rate, let me get to this because this is a bigger reading than I'm expecting, I think. And there's some things I want to say as I'm doing this. This is not going to resonate. Let me get all the commercial stuff and PSA stuff out the way. This reading is not going to resonate with everybody. As Grandmama says, or used to say, eat the fish, leave the bones, don't choke on shit. If it's not for you, it's not for you. There are a gazillion tarot readers on YouTube. Many of them, matter of fact, a lot of them are quite good. So if this is not resonating with you, that's okay. This can be for your rising, your moon, or your Venus sign if you got Taurus anywhere in your natal chart. Once again, personal readings have changed, so I'm not, just read down below. If you want a personal reading, read down below. It's going to change again. I'm sorry. I know y'all like, what the hell are you doing? Okay, so that's that. In the meantime, thank you to everybody that has liked, shared, and subscribed. I appreciate all of you. Let me just put my face in here. Hey, y'all. Okay, so y'all know I'm real. I see a lot of readers are changing their backgrounds and doing their thing. I kind of remain the same on that. You're not here to see me. You're here to hear what the hell I'm trying to tell you about what these cards are showing you. So, I'm still not at the point yet where I'm ready to be on camera full time because that's going to require more time from me in the mirror, trying to be cute and whatnot, and this is not really what this is about for me. So we're going to keep rolling the way we've been rolling. Change. Damn it, if you ain't felt Uranus going direct in the past 2 or 3 days, you must have been asleep. That's all I'm going to tell you. I have had more surprise phone calls, surprise visits, surprise, since Friday. I've been on an emotional roller coaster. Friday night, I thought I was just going to lay out and die. I was done. Couldn't do nothing else. Yesterday morning, I got up, I was dancing around like somebody had popped me in the head with a stick. So if you are on the same emotional roller coaster, please know that you are not alone, and this is what the hell is going on planetarily right now. This is everybody's all piled up over here and over there. Saturn's doing something, Pluto's conjuncting trying to somebody else, and then you got Uranus going direct right up in your shit. This is about change, Taurus. Right now, a lot of you, not all of you, but a lot of you may have some options from your past. And this is what I'm going to say about that. If it's coming from your past, Spirit's telling me the good ones will be, let me say this. If it's someone from your past, the last point of contact is going to be greater than 6 months. So, comma. If the past is somebody you've been dicking around with for the past 3, 4 months, 6 months, even a year, and you haven't seen any positive movement, that's not the correct, that ain't the right one. That ain't the right one. This is going to be somebody that you were trying to have a relationship with, and it actually would have been so, but something happened. They may have been caught up in a third party, i.e. marriage, divorce type situation. They may have been dealing with children. The same can be said for you as well, Taurus. So the point to know is that anybody coming to you from your past, the ones you want to look at are not the bullshit. You know what bullshit is, Taurus, because you are the author and inventor of said. So with that said, anybody coming from your past, this is going to be people that you actually had a solid chance of having some kind of decent relationship, even if in your mind you knew or you know it wasn't going to go the full distance for whatever reason. But solidity is the word here, and stability. So if you got anybody coming back from your past, it doesn't matter what sign they are, and they were that one that kind of got away and you were like, fuck it, you know, I'm going to do something else anyway. Check that out, because the energy is such that it is bringing from the past up to the present things that are good for us and that will help sustain us through all of these changes. Now again, I'm going to say, I don't know how many, I might say it 10 more times before it's all done. We are not talking about the asshole or assholette, male or female, that just jerks you around and may still be trying to jerk you around. That's not the person we're talking about. The person we're talking about, or people that we're talking about, are people that we actually could have had a very decent relationship with, but for whatever reason, it didn't happen. They moved away. You moved away, changed jobs, went to school. They had kid issues, baby mama drama, baby daddy drama, and it just did not work, and the timing was not right. And I guess to sum that all up in a nutshell, now the timing is right. Got the cards on the board. Let me pull this out. We're shining. I'm shining. All Tauruses are shining. I don't know how the fuck else to put this shit. I didn't even comb my hair yesterday. I just let the curls just do what they do. And people are like, hey, how you doing? I'm like, whoa, 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 what you speaking to me for? Back it up. Back it up. However, this is our time and we are shining. And so with that said, this is why this is here. When the universe allows you to shine without you actually having to do any work, people notice that. We may not notice it, but people notice that. And people tend to get kind of pissy with Taurus because we're so practical. That's the real reason people just get funky with us, because we're so fucking practical. You know, I mean, damn, day Sunday. What the hell did you think I was doing? Going to work today? You know, I mean, it's practical things. And when it comes out of our mouth, people are taken aback because they're not ready to hear what the hell we're trying to say. Just put this here. Hence the deception and envy. And this is less about the deception and, trust me, more about the envy. A lot of people are jealous, especially if you've got suitors coming to you, and they may be, I'm talking male and female, maybe coming out of the woodwork. Like, hey baby, how you doing? I've heard all kind of things since Wednesday of last week. People that I didn't even think were paying any attention to me. And where the hell did you come from? It's that kind of energy. But just know that everybody is not getting the positive attention that we're getting right now, either on a professional or a romantic front. So be mindful of that. There are people around you that may be trying to undermine what you're doing, trying to undermine where you're going. Put that there. And that the spiritual strength card is here. Those of you that have daily practices of meditation or reading something, or, you know, doing whatever your spiritual thing is, you need to tighten up on that. I have no idea what cards are going to pop out on top. Just remember that little conversation right there. From the bottom of this deck, with our overall energy being spiritual union and stand your ground. Spiritual union draws the 6 of Cups, stand your ground, 6 of Wands. Lots of harmony with them sixes. And be mindful, I do my cards straight up. I don't do reversals. Spiritual strength is pulling the Ace of Wands. Destiny pulls the King of Coins. Deception and envy, didn't I tell you? Pulls the 3 of Cups. Solar plexus chakra, I can. Pulls the Fool card. Fertility, this is our centerpiece and our challenge card for the next 9-10 days, whatever. Pulls the Queen of Swords. Truth. Pulls the Queen of Wands. Suffering in silence. Pulls the Ace of Swords. Authority, pulls the 6 of Coins, and intuition pulls the 3 of Swords. And so the energy is lined up right here, from the 3 of Cups to the 3 of Swords. So just know, the universe ain't making no damn mistakes. Just leave that there. So from up here, the 6 of Cups on top of the spiritual union. This is what I said. It's somebody trying to jump back in your cup. Now, let me back up on what I said before I put the cards down. The person that's been bullshitting falls into this category of exes trying to jump in your cup. I said what I said at the beginning, so you know the difference. The son of a bitch that's been jerking you around, calling you, yeah, baby, we gonna go out, we gonna do the town, and then you don't hear from them for 3 weeks. That is not the person you need to be paying attention to. They're not going to change. If you're thinking there's going to be some damn divine intervention and they are magically going to go, boom, I'm here for you. It ain't happening. It ain't happening. We are talking about exes that, regardless of whether or not you thought the outcome would have been you stayed together or whatever, they just showed you a level of commitment, not necessarily putting a ring on the finger for that, or accepting a ring on the finger for that, but somebody that you knew that was just a solid person, even though they may have had some bullshit ass ways and done some funky shit. By and far, they were still stable. Those are the exes that you should be paying attention to, that this is in your overall energy. Is telling me that a lot of you are experiencing this right now. You got people coming out of the fucking woodwork talking about, hey, baby, hey, like, you've been looking at me for 6 years. What are you talking about? Hey, baby, what's wrong with you? You don't feel good. It's your overall energy. But check this. It's about the spiritual union. And this is what we're looking for. So this is why this is kind of just sitting up on the surface for us. Because we're looking for that. Those of us that are not paired. Those of us that are paired, this is the strengthening. And you may have to go back to some past issues. You may have past issues up on the plate. And kind of renegotiating some things. It's not a bad energy at all, but just adjusting to some changes you may be making. That's if you're paired. On the bottom end of your overall energy, that part that's kind of holding you down. And I know I'm in this energy. I'm just put my foot down. There were just some things I was not going to do, some things I'm not going to do, period. Especially when it comes to relationships, even though I've had a few people, a few exes, you know, just determined there's some people I'm just not going back to, and they may have been stable and good for the long term and all of that, but because they haven't grown, to my estimation, I'm standing my ground. And so this is, for some of you, it's the same thing. It may be about other things as far as your family is concerned, but the overall is that you're standing your ground. You can put the rules out. And that old girl is here right here with this. Is no mistake. You done put the rules down and pretty much told people, get bent. We doing this my way, and you hit the damn highway. Don't give a shit either way. On top of that, it's the same thing. That higher, trying to achieve those higher goals, reach that higher plateau of what you're doing, and just secondary. There's a commercial out now. Okay is not okay. That shit. Yeah, you need exemplary. Because you've put in exemplary effort, Taurus. It's not like you just been bullshitting around. And I know a lot of you that watch this have, because you inbox me all the time and you tell me what's going on. And I know you're trying to make those changes so you can get up here and quit being down here on the doggone floor. So this is definitely in your overall energy. As we get through the energy, and just because I'm giving them dates and days, doesn't mean that what's going on Monday is actually going to happen on Monday. It may have happened yesterday. It might not happen until next week. So just be mindful. Time and the universe is a fluid thing. The universe really don't give a fuck about a Rolex or a watch. So with that said, talked about the spiritual strength. But also with that, try to shed some of the old beliefs that you have about certain things, and this could be romantic, professional, either way, because things really are changing. And so you need to kind of approach things with a sense of wonder, and not that, oh, it's the same old bullshit again, because it really isn't. And though it may be looking that way, when you get to the end of all of this, it won't. This is really resonating for people that are leaders in their profession or at their job, where people seek you out for information. Try to approach things with a sense of wonder. And of course, you're going to have to rely on your spiritual strength and your spiritual girding to get you through this period. Because it is real easy to look at some shit you've been looking at for the past 2 years and be like, really? Ain't nothing new about this shit. You need to kind of loosen up on that and begin to understand that things are changing. So things that may seem like they're the same, you need to let it go and look at it from another perspective, if you will. and come back with that innocence, and not what's happened in the past is probably going to happen in the future. It probably won't. So just be mindful of that. When we get to Tuesday's energy with the King of Coins, it's about us. And a lot of us right now are counting our coins. We're trying to stack some paper. It's all related to our destiny. So if you've got new projects coming up, as far as those of you that are entrepreneurial and you're trying to start a new business, or you're in a business and you got new projects coming up, this is about the stability of those projects and the commitment that's coming along with them. That's a good omen and a good sign. Again, it's all a part of your destiny and what you're supposed to be doing anyway. You get to Wednesday's energy, deception and envy. It's just what I said. So it's these little groups of people, you know, that want to be the cheer squad for every damn thing. Oh yeah, girl, you go ahead. Yeah, girl, you go ahead. Yeah. There's some envy laden with that. There's some envy all tied up in that shit. Be mindful of that, because these people that are putting on these fancy smiles and just, you know, doing everything but pushing you out the door, they really are not in it about you. And a lot of them are envious. There may be a little bit of deception tied to it in terms of, again, like I said before, trying to undermine your work or undermine your stance at your work. Where relationships are concerned, if you have a steady mate, their exes may be trying to come out the woodwork, and they're going to try to do things because they're envious of the situation that you're in, and they may try to undermine what you're doing with your current partner because they ain't got them no more. Be mindful of that. That's the energy floating towards the end of the week, mid to the end of the week. When we get to Thursday's energy, the Fool and the solar plexus, I can. And it's just very simple what it is. Take that risk. I can take a risk. And this is love or professional, either way. You can take a risk. It's okay to take the risk. This is the energy, exactly the energy you need to buoy you through whatever changes so you can do something different, which means taking a risk. There you go. Do not be afraid of this, Taurus. This is the only major card on the table which is telling me this is what you really should be focused on in the next week or two, about where risk is and where you need to take a risk and let go of some of the same old bullshit you've been doing, particularly those of you that are thinking about starting a business. What you scared for? What you scared for? Go ahead, get up there on that tightrope and do the damn thing. It surely is you doing the job that you're doing now. When you started this job or this business, you were scared shitless. Now you knee deep in and tired of some shit and trying to make a change. You got to go right back to the beginning, and that is sitting underneath this card is no mystery. You got to come to things with a sense of wonder. Even if it's some shit you've been doing, have done a million times before, you still need to open your eyes and see the newness in situations. Don't be afraid. You can. That's that sunshine. This stand your ground shit. You can take a risk. When we get to Friday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, the centerpiece, creative ideas versus boundaries. It's hard sometimes to be creative when you have to work inside of a framework. It's hard for me sometimes to do this because I have to work inside of the framework of my regular job and any other responsibilities that I have that's not related to this. So sometimes this shit gets on my damn nerves because I really want to get up at 3 o'clock in the morning and do a reading, but I live in an apartment building, so I don't know how far the sound travels. I'm not trying to have nobody knocking on my door at 3:55. I heard you doing a reading. You try to hear all that. So I stop at a certain point, usually at 11 or 11:30 at night, so people that have to go to work earlier than me don't have to hear me up at midnight talking about, and you need to stand your ground. Ain't a cute look. But this is your challenge. Figuring out how to get that creativity, especially those of you that are thinking about starting a business or expanding your business. How do you fit that creativity into the framework of writing your name up in the upper right hand corner and the date on the left side? You got to figure this out. And particularly with relationships, because it's creative energy, it's the same thing. How do you fit something new, those of you that have been single for a minute, into the framework of what you're doing now? That's your challenge. It's going to be your challenge for the next week or two. Fitting in the creative part of your life into the framework of what's already established. And a lot of risk goes with this. You start trying to do something creative, you know, that's risky. And if you're trying to expand what you already have creatively, that can be risky. But finding that balance between these two is going to be your challenge. Allowing your creative juices to flow within the constraints of the time. This is not going to always be this way. But for right now, you got to figure out how to get in boo-boo. You going to school, you got a couple kids, you're doing this, you're doing that. Because you got to incorporate it. If you want something to go forward, you're going to have to stop and make time for it to happen. When we get to Saturday's energy, it's about the confidence. And the confidence you gain when you face your own truth. There's some situations you may be dealing with, and this is particularly ping-ponging around about romance. Maybe some situations that you're dealing with that may be bleed-overs from 2019, and you're just going to have to get to the reality of the issue that some bitch ain't shit, period. But when you do that, when you release that energy of trying to hold on to something that you know ain't going nowhere, your confidence immediately comes back, because that becomes the issue. You no longer have to worry about a person you no longer have to deal with or wonder if they're cheating on you or doing some other crazy ass shit. The minute you let it go and you face the truth, the reality of the situation, your confidence will come back. I promise you. I'm just telling you it is. It's about the energy. When we focus our energy on negative things, and it sounds crazy, but it is very truthful, you get into an area of self-doubt, especially when you're dealing with people. You know, why did I pick this person, and why have I stayed so long? What am I doing? If you face it, just face it. Because a lot of times we waiting on a miracle to happen, and it ain't never happening. Then we keep wondering why it ain't happening, because it ain't never gonna happen. So facing your own personal truth, your own shadow. And when I was shuffling earlier, the shadow card for this deck did pop up. It did pop its face up when I was shuffling. So the energy is there. So face the truth of the situation. And the minute you do, this comes back. When this comes back, then here come everybody else with their stuff, because they can see your little light shining and going, oh, girlfriend or boyfriend got it going on. Right there. When you get to Sunday's energy, there's no more of this. There's no more of this. They're done. You were done with this, Taurus. There's no more sitting in the corner crying and hooting and hollering to yourself and, you know, calling your best friend, he's gonna die, he don't love me no more. None of this. Over. And you need to get with this. And it really ping-ponging off of the Queen of Wands and the Truth card. You need to get with it. And speak your damn truth. Communicate it clearly. For business, I'm going to throw this out here because the energy is here. Be clear in your speaking this week and be concise. Don't leave anything to chance. Don't leave any wiggle room for anybody to be trying to guess on some shit. Fuck that. Speak your truth. Say the truth. Relationships, do not sit and suffer in silence on some bullshit. Just don't do it. It's not worth it. Matter of fact, deal with the truth of the situation and walk the fuck away. Period. I know that sounds cold, hard, but if you've been dealing with something, and mind you, that's 20 up there, so 2020 is definitely in play. If you've been dealing with somebody that's been fucking you around, and you know what fucking around is to you. They ghosting you, you call them, they too busy to talk to you, let me call you back. It's 5 days before they call you back, and when they do call you back, they want something from you. Come on now. And then you sitting at home crying, suffering in silence, like the world has ended and left you here. No, stop it. Just stop. Don't even try. Say what you need to say. Communicate it clearly, whether it's professional or romantic, and keep it moving. When we get to Monday's energy next week, which will be the 20th, it's about you. You are the authority over your future and your resources. It's just that cut and damn dry. You see all that stuff floating around up there? You are the authority. You the boss. Gonna throw that out there over your shit. Don't let somebody new, old, rekindled, or otherwise come up in your shit talk about, why you know, if they ain't paying the bills where you live, tell them to have a seat and get the fuck out. They have choices. It's just that clear. And this energy is not waffling at all. If you are not the authority of your shit, you need to become it. The same thing for work. If people trying to tell you, you know, oh, why are you why are you using that? No, I created the spreadsheet. I did. Make sure you get credit for what you do as well. You're the authority. over your future and your resources. So make sure people understand that. You ain't got to go home and get a letter from mommy, and you don't need no damn permission slip. You're the boss. And they don't like it, they can hike it. It's just that the energy is so clear and so cut, I almost can't breathe. It's just that clear. Do not let anybody enter your experience and start trying to direct the traffic of your future or where your resources are going. At the end of all of this, I know it's a cheating card. When it comes to dating, use your intuition. That's the best thing that's the only thing I can tell you the spirit is telling me. Use your intuition. There is some of this going around out here. Folks are trying to dibble dabble in shit and trying to do it on the DL and not say nothing to nobody and some other bullshit. This is not in the middle of cheating, but these are the things, and I know this happened in another reading about 2 months ago. These are the things, the fractures that can cause cheating. I don't know if that makes any kind of sense. If it's resonating with you, it will. Do the best you can to use your intuition. People may be like, I know up here, I said exes. Got people coming back into your current spouse or partners got their exes coming back into their experience. And they may be trying to set the groundwork for some shit. Use your intuition and tell boo-boo. You know, I had a dream last night and she was in it and she, yeah, use your intuition. Use your intuition. Be mindful of this dirty negative energy. Again, this is our time to shine, and we don't realize it. Like I said, I walked out of here yesterday. I did not look shineable. You hear me? I ain't had on no makeup. My eyebrows was going one way and the other. I still ain't done my nails. I hadn't shined up no jewelry. I just rolled out sweatshirt, jeans, sneakers, and out. Everybody, hey, you're so beautiful. I'm like, hey, you too? Who you talking to? Where? I'm looking around. That's because this is a natural given, universe given gift right now that's playing to our favor, and it's our time to shine. And part it's happening because Uranus is in our chart, and we need the confidence to make some of these changes. The universe is not blind to that fact, if you will. So we're getting some help to make the changes, but we need confidence to make some of these changes, and the universe is helping us. All about taking that risk that I can in your sunshine shit. Let's see what the oracle cards is talking about. Make a note of it. Back to basics. Put her right here. Call on your joy guides. Call on your angels. Right there, 1, 2, 3, 4. Instant feedback. Put that there. One more for the bottom of the day too. Laugh. Okay, there you go. So I'll start here. Serious energy is stressful for some of you. It's a lot of pressure. Fuck it. Laugh. Find something to laugh about. Get on YouTube. A friend of mine last night, I was at their house, and they showed me something I hadn't seen before on YouTube, and I'm sitting there giggling like a 12-year-old. Laugh. Make a point to do this. Make a note of it when you are getting ready to get back into it. You know what you used to do. Don't forget to see the wonder in things, even if it's something old. And this is really not kind of relationship, but really not relationship. More to the friend, social work type shit. Especially where policies are concerned. See the new. It looks like it's the same thing, but trust me. And rely on your spiritual strength to help you see what's new. Make a note of it. Back to basics. School mom here with the artsy fartsy chick in the back, combining these two. Get back to the basics. Sometimes we have our schedules overburdened with a bunch of bullshit. Look at your schedule. If this is about you incorporating your boo-boo, you started seeing somebody, so now it's time to start making adjustments with the date nights. Get back to the basics. Look at your schedule and get back to the damn basics. If you got too much of this and too much of that, and you know, girlfriend time over here, guy friend time over there, Get back to the basics so you can find room to have all of this stuff going on. Call on your joy guides. You got to deal with facing some ugly truths about ourselves and the situations we find ourselves in. Call on your joy guides, because it is real easy to start looking at some shit and want to just slide down the path to hell and be in a world of misery, hurt, and depression because you made one stupid mistake or you made one fucked up decision. Call on your joy guides so you don't slide down that sliding board. It's not necessary. You don't have to go through all of that. Instant feedback. I'll put this here because it's just resonating. Give people, this is not so much about you getting it as you giving it. Give folks instant feedback. Don't dilly-dally around. Oh, you know, he's new. That's my new boyfriend. That's okay. He's just trying to flex. No, he ain't flexing shit. This is your future, and these are your resources. You are the authority. And give that instant feedback immediately. I'm just saying, at the end of all of this, call on your joy guys when people are trying to undermine you and trying to create issues and problems, future problems, cheating, and you got to follow your intuition and all that bullshit. Call on your angels. Just do it. It's not going to hurt you. Taurus, I love you. I hope you guys have a good week, and I will talk to y'all soon. Bye, y'all.